Subscribe now. EU debates.
Then we went with the EU ministers to the issue of Ukraine. And we were joined by the Ukrainian Foreign Minister, Dmytro Kuleba, who debriefed us of the state of the play. We reassured him on the continued support in fighting the Russian aggression. In this part of the meeting, the Canadian Foreign Minister, Mélanie Joly, also joined our deliberations. And we went through an analysis of every way to provide financial support in front of the worsening humanitarian situation, in front of the financial needs during the war, for the post-reconstruction of the country, and mainly to defend themselves. And we agreed to provide an additional 500 million from European Peace Facility for weapons deliveries. What started with 500 million, now it reaches 2,000 millions. And this is just the point of the iceberg. Because apart from these 2,000 million, the member states do a lot from their side without asking for refunding. This is the money to refund expenditures from the member states, but many member states do much more than that. I cannot give you a precise figure, but believe me, it's much more than the 2,000 million coming from the European budget. Well, not exactly the European budget. As I explained you, the European Peace Facility is an intergovernmental instrument, not part of the European budget in strict terms, but are the member states of the European Union who fund and manage this fund. We also considered to support Ukraine's economy through trade liberalization, transport facilitation measures. There is an EU action plan for Ukraine solidarity lanes. We have to help Ukraine to keep producing and exporting grains and wheat. The storage capacity of Ukraine is filled because they cannot export this grain. And they need to empty this storage capacity in order to be able to receive the next crop. So we are working on how to help them to take this grain out by train, by these solidarity lanes. There are other ideas on the table about the possibility of deblocking Odessa, but by the time being, nothing concrete has come out from the Ukrainian and Russia, each one from their side. Remember that these waters are completely mined, so it's not just a matter of opening the port, because the ships cannot go unless a strong work on demining on this water can be performed. We will continue imposing sanctions on Russia to make the cost of invasion unbearable to the Kremlin. We continue discussing, and unhappily today it has not been possible to reach an agreement to finalize the 6th sanction package. The issue will go back to the COREPER, and ambassadors will continue discussing. We are with the same difficulties about unanimity on the oil ban. Then there is the narrative battle. Russia is trying to shift the blame for the growing worldwide impact, not only towards its victims, Ukraine, but also to the European Union and to the West. They claim that the crisis is consequences of the sanction, when the price increases, is consequences of the war. When Russia is bombing Ukrainian fields, destroying, burning, and looting food storages, when Russian warships are blocking the Black Sea trade routes and the Ukrainian ports, when Russia prevents the Ukrainian wheat from being exported, it has certainly a negative impact in the daily life of people in Africa or Asia. And I want to answer to all leaders of the world, some of them from Latin America and others from Africa, who has been considering, well, these sanctions affects us also, to tell them that there are not the sanctions, there is no sanction that can affect them, because we have never forbidden exports to third countries, It's the war that Russia has launched against Ukraine who is affecting them and their people. But we have to take care of these effects.